Okay, so 다시 delek everybody. Yeah. And what is our meditation tonight? Bodhicitta, right? Bodhicitta. So Bodhicitta meditation. Most of the meditations are pretty same. We always begin with this settling ourselves first, because in every meditation it is very important to actually settle, because in our day-to-day life we have so many restlessness. Kind of our body is kind of moving everywhere, and then our emotion also stir up by many different situations, and then our mind also scatter everywhere, thinking about many different things. So meditation always begin with settling ourselves. So when we say settling ourselves, means first we need to settle our body. So settling our body with some form of mindfulness meditation. So we apply mindfulness to our body. When we apply mindfulness, sort of like paying attention to our body, then somehow mind actually gets into sort of like a connection with our body. So when our mind or attention or awareness connect with our body, then our body just kind of like automatically settle and starting to relax. And then it applies same with our emotion also, sort of like we bring our awareness to our emotion and then connect with our emotion. And when it comes to being aware of our emotion, sometimes kind of like we have a many unpleasant feeling. So sometimes it is a little difficult, but the key is when we being aware of our emotion, just kind of like we need to understand that we are not paying aware or our attention to our emotion to change or to fight or to actually escape, just kind of like simply placing our awareness on our emotion without judging or without trying to change, just simply being with it, and then sort of like just let our awareness connect. And then when our mind actually connect with our emotion, what actually happen is our emotion will simply calm down. And then as we have too many thoughts. So thoughts are also, we need to actually pay attention or awareness to our thoughts. So many times when we are mindlessly thinking, then what happens is like our mind will make a different story. So then somehow we actually let ourselves carried away into the story that our mind makes. And then many times we actually become restless. So with the awareness and mindfulness, what happens is you're not sort of like letting yourself carried away. So you just kind of simply being aware of your thoughts, and you let your thought arise, and just kind of like, and thought will kind of fade away, and let it fade away, and then new thought will come, and then again just simply pay attention and not judge and not just change, just simply be with it. So those are the simple, meditation techniques that applies to all the meditation. So we will begin with that. And then once our mind is settled, like our body settled, our emotions settled, then our mind settled, then we actually apply many different kinds of meditations. So tonight we are going to actually apply the bodhicitta. So bodhicitta, maybe many of you already know what is bodhicitta, but actually the word bodhicitta is a Sanskrit word. And in English, bodhi actually means enlightenment, or also it means awaken, and chitta means actually kind of heart, or like it's sort of like a aspiration or aspiring mind towards the enlightenment. So somehow, like after our mind is all settled and calm, and then we just kind of like open ourselves into different dimension, that we actually open ourselves into the consciousness realm. So in that consciousness realm, then you allow just kind of like a love and compassion that is exist in us, which is like our inborn quality that we have. So we just simply allow, sort of like you're not actually generating or forcing yourself to kind of generate, or you're not trying to construct any love or anything. You just simply, when you open your mind, you will actually find that love and compassion is our true nature. It's like our basic goodness. So you just kind of simply allow your love and compassion. So love and compassion to yourself, love and compassion to all the beings. So you just kind of, you let yourself, you give permission to just kind of to open. And then within that openness of your love and compassion, and then like you are actually generating some sort of like a genuine aspiration, sort of like a aspiration. You are aspire to become enlightened being, or aspire to awaken, and for the benefit of all sentient being. So when we reach that level of aspiration, that is what we call bodhicitta. Okay, so we will meditate on bodhicitta tonight like that. All right? So everybody ready for the bodhicitta meditation? So if you are ready, then I will ring this bell, and with the sound of this singing bowl sound, allow yourself to go into the meditation. You can gently close your eyes or keep them slightly open, gazing down towards your nose. You can place your hands on your knees or on your lap. Keep your back straight without being rigid. Bring in your chin just slightly. That will help you to create the feelings that the crown of your head is rising and gently extending upward towards the sky. Your lips are slightly touched. And you can put a little smile on your face. Your shoulders held in a strong poise without any tightness or tension. Your legs are crossed or your feet totally letting them flat on the ground. And let yourself be totally comfortable in this meditation posture. Now let us gently begin to settle and relax our body by applying awareness, starting from our toes. Just let go of any tension on your toes. Your whole feet relax. Relax your ankles. Relax your calves. Relax your knees. Relax your thighs. And let yourself feel loose and relax everything below your waist. Soften your waist and lower back. Relax all the muscles around your navel. Relax your chest area. And let go of any tension on your shoulders and upper back. Relax all the muscles around your throat. Relax your neck. And let your head rest comfortably on your neck. Now let go of any tension in your face. Soften behind and around your eyes. Relax your forehead area. Then relax your crown. Now your entire body is relaxed. And let yourself feel this relaxation and calmness all around your body. If you notice any tightness or tension in any parts of your body, then gently breathe into that area, relaxing a little with each exhalations. And let yourself feel connected with your body and comfortable with your body as you are breathing in and out. Now let us begin to relax and rest in our breath. As you breathe in, just let the fresh air fill from your nose into your lower belly area, and exhale the warm air out of your nose. And just to be aware of the rise and fall of your stomach on each inhalations and exhalations. Just keep breathing and be aware of your breath. Allow your breathing to be natural, not too deep, not too shallow. And let yourself enjoy each breath that you are taking in. Notice your body expanding with the inhalations and contracting with the exhalations. And let each breath bring more peacefulness, calmness, and tranquil feelings within yourself. You're simply being aware of your breath and resting in your breath. While you're resting in your breath, whatever you see, hear, smell, taste, or feel, leave them as it is without trying to change. Just simply be aware of the surrounding. Without reacting over it. Now your body is totally relaxed and settled. Now let us go further beyond our physical body to be aware of our feelings and emotions. Just be aware of what you are feeling right now, right here. And just acknowledge your feelings, whether it is pleasant, unpleasant, or in between. Whatever it is that you're feeling, just simply allow yourself, be with your feelings without judging, without trying to change, without trying to fight, and without trying to escape. You just simply allow yourself to accept whatever it is that you're feeling is part of yourself. And just let all the experiences unfold without any struggles. And allow your all feelings and emotion to be settled. Now let us go further beyond our feelings and emotion to be aware of our thoughts. Just let any thoughts arise. And just simply be aware of them. You just observe them, witness them, And just watch them. And notice that these all thoughts are constantly moving and changing. And you just let them move, let them change. Recognize that all these thoughts are like the clouds. Your mind or your consciousness is like the sky. Slowly and gently, you allow your consciousness to expand into its spaciousness nature. Let yourself experience this openness and spaciousness nature of your own consciousness. Within that openness of your consciousness, you recognize this pure quality of love, compassion, and kindness towards yourself, as well as towards all beings. And let your love and compassion expand it into the infinity throughout the universe. Within that expansion of your love and compassion, you allow yourself to generate this aspiration, a pure aspiration to attain enlightenment for the benefit of yourself and all beings. Allow your aspiration to be very strong, filled with courage, confidence, and never giving up attitude. and let yourself remain in that state of bodhicitta for a while. Now, or in a few moments from now, when you hear the bell ring, please feel free to open your eyes. Now please bring your hands together at your heart level and let us do this prayer, Bodhicitta prayer or Bodhisattva prayer. You can repeat these prayers after me. As long as space remains, as long as sentient beings remain, may I too remain and dispel the miseries of the world. Okay. So this is our short Bodhicitta meditation. So as you experience during the meditation, so we actually kind of like the bodhicitta is a pure aspiration. So aspiration to achieve enlightenment or actually to reach our highest potential level. So sometimes enlightenment can be sort of like interpreted into different things, right? So generally, enlightenment actually means kind of like we all have a very, what do you call, great potential. We all have a great potential. So somehow, if I put it in a simple English language, then like we have a potential to become the best self, right? We have a potential. Each one of us, somehow, we have a potential to become our worst self. And we have a, on the other side, we have a potential to become our best self. So to become our worst self or to become our best self, it is in our hand, right? It's just kind of what we choose. Like we have a potential. So if you really want to become a bad, we have a potential. We can be very bad. And if we want to become a very good, again, good news. We have a potential. So somehow, we have a potential. Each one of us has a potential. And this potential is very important to be recognized. So many times in our life, we kind of use our potential in a wrong way. Sort of like we use it to become more bad. And thinking that we can only become bad, but it is not. Actually, we can become good too. We can become happy. We can become loving. We can become very kind person. We can actually become our best self. So that is what enlightenment is. Enlightenment means when we become our best self, so then you become enlightened. And when we say some individual, they achieve enlightenment, they attain enlightenment, they become enlightened being, they become Buddha, means they actually reach their highest potential level. So somehow they chose to become their best, and then somehow they become their best. So when you become your best self, that is what it means that you are totally happy, right? If you are totally happy, you reach the happiness state, then you become a best self. So that is, if you think it that way, to become enlightenment, so then it is more common sense. And scientifically also it is proven that actually we human beings especially, they don't know much about, they didn't check the animals or other beings outside of this planet. But human being, like scientifically what they are saying is our brain, this physical, it's only on the physical level that it actually says that our brain has so much potential. It has so much potential that actually most of the people don't actually use it. They lose it. They actually kind of like throughout their life, most people use only 10% of their potential. 90% is actually kind of unused, not used at all. See, imagine if someone is going to use 100% of the potential of their brain, I don't know what will. It is kind of unimaginable, right? So that's just, we are talking from a physical level. But I think when it goes into our mental level, then mind is very different from the brain. It is kind of like it's a mysterious thing. Somehow we do all have a mind, and we cannot deny the fact that there is no mind. Yes, there is a mind. There's a mind that always thinking. And it's not physical. It just it's not tangible, but somehow it is there. And so we cannot measure our mind with the physical reality. So if our even physical body has that much potential, then what about the mind? It should have a much, much more potential, right? So becoming enlightened being is like they actually reach the highest level of their mental potential. So somehow in Buddhism, when we say enlightenment, that is what we are actually talking. That's what we are actually saying. So somehow, so it is just kind of like in a realistic and optimistic way, you just kind of acknowledging, and you are actually believing that I do have a potential to become a very good person. So the question is, do I want to become that or not? Will I become that or not? Will I ever become that? So if we kind of move toward there, yes, I can, and yes, I will, and then for what? Is it for just simply for this one person? Then, it is like not only for yourself. You want to reach that highest potential level so that you can help. So you can help others. See, that is Bodhisattva. So when you have that aspiration to achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings, so when we say for the benefit of, to help all sentient beings, then it is, you need a lot of courage, right? It's just like to help one sentient being, how much courage you need. But to actually have that willingness to help all beings throughout the universe, then what kind of courage you need, right? So when you have that courage, then it is just kind of what we call you become the bodhisattva. So somehow you become the spiritual warrior, or you become a brave person because you're so brave. Actually, even to think that I'm going to help all sentient beings. It doesn't matter whether you're helping or not, but just to have that will to help all sentient beings is courageous, right? So that's when you reach that courageous level, that's what we call a person become a bodhisattva. And that time, they have the bodhicitta too. So our meditation on bodhicitta is something like that. So somehow, this kind of bodhicitta meditation actually is very useful and very effective, because in our day-to-day life, we face so many different problems, so many different situations, so many different circumstances that actually make us very discouraged, right? Make us sort of like totally down. So just kind of lifting our spirit and kind of at least just kind of generating that sort of courage, bodhisattva courage actually really helps. It just kind of, it helps us keep moving forward because that is what we need, right? In not even to talk in the spiritual level, but just even in our day-to-day kind of living. What we need is we need that kind of a spirit. We need that kind of like a, courageous attitude, encouragement. Because when we lose encouragement, when we lose courage with our life, then we actually, many unnecessary things comes in our life. That's just like when you're starting to give up, when you're starting to lose courage, it's just like, no, I can't. Even when you say that, when you say, I cannot do this, I cannot, see how much negative things you are inviting in our life. It's just kind of, it's the beginning of going down, right? It's just like as soon as, just generally, it doesn't matter whether it is related to your work, related to your relationship, related to anything, even the mundane thing. Like when you starting to give up, that generally people, use in English word, they say it quitting, right? When you starting to quit, when you are like, just generally people always say kind of bad, right? Just say, oh, you are a quitter. If somebody says you are a quitter, you don't like it, right? We don't want to hear that because we don't want to, other people think that you are a quitter. Means you don't have a courage. So somehow, it's just kind of like we don't want to be quitter. We want to be courageous to take this journey in our life. So somehow, in our day-to-day life, when you just wake up with this courageous nature, it's just like appreciating. You just kind of, as soon as you open your eyes and you wake up, wow, wonderful, thank you, I'm not dead today. So I have a whole day, I'm going to start my day with this courage. See, if you start your day with this courageous, and then everything kind of actually goes well. And when you start your day with the discouragement, then you become lazy. And you're kind of like, you go into that mode of saying, I can't. I can't. Whenever you say, I can't, that means you don't have a courage. When you say, I can't, what happened is, I will not. And then somehow, we just kind of like don't even have a courage to live our life. right? It's just like, oh, life is so hard. I cannot face it. I cannot even live my life. See, that's very depressing, right? It's just like when you actually quit on your life, then it's just kind of like you're totally letting yourself just kind of not use your potential at all. You're just kind of like letting like yourself waste all your potential. And somehow, like that's like a bodhicitta practice. Like bodhisattva practice is actually very good to actually bring that courage back. Can you imagine that I want to help all sentient beings with that courage? So, like if there is a measurement for that courage, what do you think? How much that courage level will be? It's just like this person living his or her life with this courage, saying that, hey, I'm here to help everybody. I'm going to help all sentient beings, not just one sentient being, right? I'm going to help. Then with that huge encouragement, just kind of like everything will transform, everything will change. Like your life will totally become different if you starting to have a courage. So that is why bodhicitta practice is actually to bring that courage. So as you notice at the end of our meditation, like the prayer, right? The prayer that we did, it's like, see how much courage it has. As long as space remains, that's like forever, you're saying forever. As long as sentient beings remain, even in that space, if there is one sentient being there, I am there. I will be there. I'm willing to help. And my existence is to dispel the miseries of the world, to help, to clear the suffering of the world, clear the suffering of sentient being. So living with that kind of courage is what we call bodhisattva, and the bodhicitta is the main practice of the bodhisattva. So with this, thank you very much, and have a very courageous rest of the evening and rest of the life. Okay, thank you.